Good morning, good morning, good morning. Just thought I'd pop on. It's another quiet day here at Lutique HQ, and obviously we've just launched the March campaign of Avon. There's some fabulous products in this edition, including the new fragrance Eve Embrace, which I absolutely love. But what I'm going to bedazzle you with today is the new Full Bloom range. So, going to whiz through some bits and bobs. I've done all my skin prep. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to do today's video in stages, so you can tune in and out to the bits you want to listen to and tune out the bits you don't want to listen to, or go back and watch them. Everything I use today is going to be Avon, including all my brushes. So I've invested in the entire range of Avon brushes, and I've been really pleasantly surprised. I think you know by now that I can be a bit of a snob when it comes to some of the tools in my kit, and actually I've often sort of shared that I believe that you should go for them as a more expensive one, as expensive as you can afford. But actually, as brushes have changed over the years, and with there being so much focus on brushes being vegan and being animal friendly, I have to say that as a value brand, these are really, really good. I haven't washed them yet, so I will tell you how they wash up as well. But so far, so good. The handles are really chunky, and I like a chunky brush. I like most things chunky, but the reason I like a chunky brush is because it normally indicates that lots of bristles have been installed into the ferrule. The ferrule is this bit here that holds all the brushes, all the bristles into the brush. So there's some really fab brushes here. They're all numbered, and you'll find them on page 64 in the current campaign. So I have 3 sets actually in stock. So if you are interested in trying them, I can do a full set of 6 brushes for £20 at the moment. But let's see how they function. So I'm actually going to use, I'm normally a bit of a, I like to apply foundation with either a flat foundation brush like this, or a clean finger. And actually today I am going to try the domed Avon foundation brush. Let's see how that works. I'm going to use Lisa Armstrong's Skin Visible foundation. For those of you that haven't tried it yet, it is on page 78. I'm using shade 20. I'm somewhere between shade 20 and shade 40 because I wear fake tan most days. Here we go. So I'm loving all the rose gold in the range at the moment. I don't know if you got to see that, but the Lisa Armstrong foundation is topped with a rose gold mirrored foundation lid. All the brushes have a rose gold ferrules. So here we go. So I'm just going to pop. Christ, I put a lot on there. I'm terrible with brushes. So I focus on my foundation, or the majority of it, sort of in this sort of cross area. If you were to put a cross on your face, the beauty of that is that you get all your larger pores, all the bits that tend to be a bit more coloured. Quite a lot of redness comes from that cross in the middle. And for me, if you're fair like me, I also get quite a bit of like a purple hue because I'm so fair skinned, and I'm fair skinned because I'm thin skinned. So it's really comfortable. There's no spikiness, which you can get sometimes from a brush. I'm one of those really lazy people, I'm afraid, that uses foundation on my eyes, but I would encourage you, if I was doing this for a wedding or a special event, I would be definitely using an eyeshadow base, which is much lighter, much nicer. There we go. So not a bad shade. And I'm going to do a little bit of a circular motion there to really sort of blend it into my jawline, so that I don't have to be dragging colour down my cheeks. There we go. So looking good. So there we go. Lisa Armstrong Skin Visible foundation. Okay, so today I am going to be using a combination of our limited edition Full Bloom which looks a little bit like this. It's an Iron cheek palette, some fabulous colours in there. I'm a total pink princess. I love pink. Pink's not always an easy colour to work with, particularly around the eyes. So I'm going to show you some hints and tips and tricks to try and get pink into your makeup look without looking like a zombie. And the other palette I'm going to use is Blush and Glow. I've made no secret that in the past my preferred go-to bronzer is Hoola by Benefit. I still love it, still use it most days, and I've been slowly trying to ease myself onto some of the Avon range, and I've been pleasantly surprised as I've moved through. Now this has actually come out, this is the Blush and Glow palette. It comes in 2 shades, and basically it gives you the opportunity to bronze and then to blush and then finally to highlight. I've got this, it comes in 2 shades. I've got the lighter of the 2 because obviously I'm a lot fairer, and I love a blushed cheek, as you know. I think this is really pretty. I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes on, how it transfers, and what the staying power is like, because on an average day I would normally be at work and I'd put my makeup on about 6, and by the time I take it off it's probably nearer at 10 o'clock at night. And I would have a busy day, so I'd expect it to last. So let's see how these two work out. Okay, so I've got my all over face powder brush, and I've got the Blush and Glow, and there are 2 definite bronzers. One is a matte, which is similar to what I'm used to, and one is an iridescent one, which has got light reflecting particles. I'm not a great lover of a metallic look, so I'm going to go for the matte, which is a really sort of light honeydew colour. So I'm going to initially sort of swirl my bronzing over powder brush round there. I'm going to tap off any excess, and then I'm literally going to draw in. I'm going to start off by my cheek, so you can just slightly adjust what's left of my cheek line, and I'm going to try to accentuate that. So I'm very carefully going to start off light, because you can always add more colour. It's got a lot harder to take it away, and this is a really quick and easy way to cheat a bit of a contour without having to go in with chiseled cheeks. So obviously it's a new product, so it takes a little while to really build up colour, and it's a new brush as well. I'm a bit of a naughty girl. I don't wash my brushes every day, so you do get a bit of colour build up. What a minger, eh? Yeah, I know. There we go. So what I'm doing is I'm just trying to cheat a bit of a hollowed look there, just to sort of bring in that more structured bone. And also what you're trying to do with bronzer is to make it look like you're getting sunshine sort of falling above your face. Which we actually are today, which makes a nice change. Now I also do round the frame of my face. My hairline's really light because my roots are quite blonde to white, shall we say. One of the beauties of being a redhead is you don't tend to go grey, you go white. So, I'm telling you all my secrets. So I'm doing that outer frame. There we go, not bad. I also do my nose without trying to make your nose look like a brown blob in the middle of your cheek. I also do underneath my jawline, again, which cheats the look of a slender neck. Oh, I just hit or accidentally just hit the light pink. So who knows what that'll come out like. I mattify my eyebrows a bit because my eyes, the space between my eyebrows and my eyelids can look a little bit purple. The opposite of purple on the spectrum is believe it or not, is orange. So that can cancel out some of the purple. So I quite often will mattify my lids with that sort of colour. There we go. Bronzed. Now I've just popped on a little bit of the Power Stay Concealer. That's only £5 this month in the campaign. I'm literally just going to press that in. The reason I put concealer on again is because less because I'm what's the word? Looking like I'm tired. Normally I look like I'm tired, but at the moment I'm getting plenty of sleep. But actually I'm getting a lot darker there, which I guess for me is an aging thing, and obviously because I'm thin-skinned, as I was saying earlier. So this is the Avon True Power Stay foundation, Power Stay concealer, and I've used the flat foundation brush just to press that in underneath my eyes. Now I'm doing that because I'm probably going to go for quite a full-on, really amped up look for eyeshadow. So there we go, concealer. Okay, so now I'm going to start with what I call my base eyeliner. Because this is going to be such an amped up look, I'm probably going to have 2 layers of eyeliner. So there's going to be my soft eyeliner, which can be almost blurry, just softens and enhances my natural eyelashes. And also, because I use such a heavy eye look mascara wise, sometimes if I get any fallout that just happens naturally, it does absorb some of that. Now I'm really excited about this one because this is the Power Stay eyeliner. This says it lasts for 16 hours. Now I laugh, I cry, I giggle, I'm always, my eyes are always watering for some reason or not. Something on me somewhere is watering. So I'm quite looking forward to trying this. Now because of the pink and blue out of the full bloom look, I've actually gone for, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, it is the Intense Navy. So I'm going to do one eye. Look at that, really easy, like a crown tip again. I'm going to very carefully, just very carefully so I don't drag my eyes. I'm going to start with my left eye, start in the outer corner, and very carefully there we go, blue. Ooh. Let's do the other eye. So both eyes done. I'm also going to do underneath the eyes as well. So now some people like to do it on their waterline, which would literally be here. So I'll do one eye on the waterline to give you the look. This is not everyone's cup of tea though. And there's no getting over it. It can, for some, close the eye down. Okay, but it does give you that really intense blue. All right, now it's going to be an odd look. I'm going to have to go supermarket looking like it in a minute, but on this one I'm just going to do underneath the eye. So it's just slightly outside the waterline, and I make it smaller towards the corners. Now rather than draw one big solid line, you don't have to be a perfectionist, you don't have to be perfect applying eyeliner. Little small bits to apply is perfect. There we go. So if I look straight into the camera, you can see what illusions create, what looks created. So that's along the waterline. That's just outside. There we go. Now, so that I don't look like an odd weirdo around the supermarket, I have evened them out now. So I've done both the lash line, the waterline on each eye, and I've also done just underneath. So it's going to be, like I say, a really amped up look. Now, I've now got the brush 201, which is the blending eyeshadow brush. I start light and I work out dark. Now, because I've got quite a hooded light, I highlight the upper parts of my brow bone, and then obviously it gets darker so that I can try and cheat the illusion of a bit more of a wider eye. So on the Full Bloom palette, there's some really pretty pinks, but there's also this really, really lovely, quite a warm, it's not a cream, it's not a pink, well it is a pink, but it's quite light. So let me see how much I've got on there, and what I'm going to do is I'm very carefully just going to just smooth that onto the upper part of my eye. I've got this really lovely space between my eyebrows and my eye. So it gives me lots of room to play with. Obviously the older I'm getting, the harder it is, because like most, you know, a few wrinkles are coming in. This is, I have to say, this is a really lovely brush to work with. Really goes on nicely, transfers really delicately, really comfortably. And it's really comfortable to hold. So there you go. So that's given me a bit of a base to work to. And I haven't had to be particularly tidy with that either, because it is such a lovely, light, shiny colour. And just take that down as close as I dare to that that blue line. And earlier I mentioned that I was doing almost like a double layer eyeliner. I've got the blue, but I will go over later with a black, more defined look on the top lash, top lid. There we go. So I'm going to move from that, and I'm going to move to this really lovely, what I call almost like a peony pink, which is down here. And because it's slightly darker than the lighter colour, and I've finished with that, I'm going to work that into the outer corner. This is such a pretty palette. I love the colour. And it's slowly transferring, it's slowly becoming more pink. I'm sorry about the snoring behind me. It's actually Cloud. Those who don't know, I have 2 dogs. Pretty. Let's do the other eye. So one of the things I love about bright colours by comparison to those real tertiary browns and safe, neutral, natural colours is that the older we get, the better they are for us, because we tend to steer away from them, but actually a really nice lilac or a lavender or a lovely pale pink is far more uplifting and opens the eye up far more than a brown does. But because we've grown up with browns, we tend to stick to browns, and we do it all the way through our life. But obviously, if you're like me and you're starting to get a few more sort of wrinkles and a bit more crepey, then obviously browns will just make it look more crepey, more mature, darker. And actually what I'm trying to do is open up my eyes, really sort of look vibrant and alive. So both eyes done now with the pinks, and I'm probably going to move towards this lovely violet colour here, and then finish with the blue. So I've got another blending brush here. So again, going in with the, look at that, how beautiful is that? Now I'm going to tap that off, and what I'm going to do very carefully, because it's quite a big brush, and I'm just going to put a smidge of this, because otherwise it can end up looking a bit bruisey, what I call bruisey. Just in the outer corner. I'm not going to bring it too far over because I don't want to close the eye down, but I do want to give a flash of colour so that when I blink or flutter my eyelashes at Grant, he'll get to see this lovely injection of violet. So let's load that up again. Just very subtle. Can you see it there? Very subtle. Let's do the other eye. Okay, both eyes done. I'm now going to go back in, and I've actually got my double, oh hang on, I've picked up the wrong brush, silly Lou. I'm actually going to go in with my double-ended eye tool. So you've got this lovely brow brush here, which allows you to sort of brush through your brows. But you've also got this really definitive, which is really good for eyeliner, but it's also good when you want to create quite a severe look. So I'm going to go upper level here, and I'm going in for this baby. So I'm not going to press down on it. I'm literally just going to lay it flat against the palette on one side, so you've got a little bit of colour like that. And what I'm going to do, check I've got the right way around. I'm literally going to go feel into my brow bone, which is in there. Looks painful, but it's not. And what I'm doing, I'm just creating like a little V. Do that again, because I really want this to pop. And now I'm trying to make it look like it is actually a line there, and I'm bringing the edge down to the corner of my eye. There you go. So as I lift my eye, you can just start to see that darker shade. Let's do the other eye. Okay, last but not least, we're going to use this beautiful blue here. It's slightly darker than my own natural shade of blue eye, but I'm just going to use the blending brush. I've literally loaded. How pretty is that? I'm going to tap off the excess, and what I'm going to do, looking up, I'm just going to lightly powder. You can sometimes get quite a bit of fallout from this, so we might need to do a repair job afterwards. But I'm literally just going to work my way up to the eye line. I don't go into the corner, the inner corner, because all you're asking for trouble there is just that you're going to get like loose particles just irritating your eye. So literally, just put some of that on again. Look how that transforms that. And of course when we put mascara on, it's going to look amazing. Same again on this side. What do you think? Now, as I say on any of my videos, especially ones that involve eyes, you know, your favourite tool is actually a disposable one. Eco-friendly, I might add. But literally, a cotton bud can just blend that out a bit, because you don't want to be looking like a zombie. And you're just going to soften that look. Okay, last but not least is this beautiful, beautiful bright pink we've got here. So I am going to give it a bit of a zhuzh on one of my blending brushes. There you go. It's quite definitive at the end there. And I am literally very carefully just going to powder my lower lid. Right up to the blue and over the blue almost. You won't often see me brushing or sweeping, because what tends to happen is the powder, the pigment just sort of sweeps across your face, and then it's a big tidy up. There we go. Let's go ahead and do the other side. Okay, so we're almost close enough to do mascara and our second layer of eyeliner. So what I will do though is you'll notice that I've not got this lovely sharp look that I'd probably like to create here. So all I'm going to go in with, I've dipped a cotton bud into one of our dual phase eye makeup remover, and you'll see all these wonderful artists that have these really chiseled effects. And literally what I'm doing, I'm just going to go in, I'm just very slowly spinning that as I go so I don't just blend, and then I use the dry end to dry off the worst, because then I shall go in with a bit of concealer. And make that look lovely and sharp. Then you can either blend that in with your finger or a concealer brush. Wowzers. Let's do the other eye. There we go. So before I finish off with mascara and eyeliner, we've got the option. We can either go for quite a cool pink, which is in the full bloom, or we can go for a slightly warmer pink, which is in the blush and glow, which is what I'm going to do. I do like a warm cheek. So I'm literally going to use my all over face brush. I'm going to give that a whoosh. This is the piece de resistance for me. As you know, I like my foundation. Now, there are lots of ways you can do your foundation. You can do that sort of like teardrop effect, or the Nike tick, whatever you want to call it. I'm a great lover in the apple of the cheek. So I smile, and then wow, it's quite a lot of colour transfer. Ooh, crikey. I'm going to use the brush for the same side, the other side, just to... Wow, So I'm going to have to tone that down a bit. That's a really, I mean, I like a blush cheek, but that is very strong. So let's have a little bit of a play with that. Okay, so I managed to tone that down with a bit of the Mark FX setting powder. I still look like I've got a really healthy glow, but it is a little bit better. Note to myself next time is to perhaps use a little bit less. Yeah. Anyway, so we're going to move on. So my second layer of eyeliner is the Lisa Armstrong Miraculous Tattoo Eyeliner. The reason I like this is because this just gives me a little bit of a kitten flick at the end, and I'm going to show you very carefully how I normally achieve that. So just keeping my eye very still and a very light touch. I'm just taking that to that corner. Now I want the blue to still stand out and be really obvious, but I'm very carefully, just over the top but down the edge. Going to smooth the eyeliner, and I keep that still for some time because it's quite wet when you first apply it, and if I let go straight away and it blinks, I then tend to get a bit of a transfer, and I'll be honest, that's true of most felt tip eyeliners, but it does dry very quickly, this one, and I think you can see the difference, and it's just nice. It fits in nicely with that little lift that we've created with the purples and the pinks. So let's do the other side. Now, to go along with my amped up look, it goes without saying that we need a really big and bold mascara. So in limited edition packaging, actually, you've got this Full Bloom Big and Full Slash mascara. So we're going to apply this today. So you've got this really lovely, nice shape bottle. Really lovely blue. Haven't worn blue since, I can't remember the last time I wore blue. It's really big in the 80s, early 90s, really electro. So I'm just gonna do my usual. I'm gonna do both sides lightly because I am gonna finish with the black mascara, because for me, I really need black. It completely transforms my look. And lots of you will be saying, well, why put the blue on though? Well, I would like you to see it so you can see what it looks like. But it doesn't mean that the formula's so heavy that I can't quickly go in with a black afterwards. I have to say, this is a really fun look. I very rarely go out looking sort of this intensively made up, but it's fun every now and then just to have a bit of a play with colour. I absolutely love colour, and the nature of my work means that I get to have a little bit of a play every now and then. There you go. Blue lashes. Okay, so I'm going to top up the tips of my lashes with my second favourite Unlimited mascara. We launched this last campaign, last month. Fabulous brush, really lengthens, extends, it does so much. I would wear it every day if it was waterproof, but as you all know, I need a waterproof mascara. Okay, last but not least, I have some fabulous new lip products. So this is the Twist and Play Lip Stylo. And I've got this in Love Me Not. I thought this is really, really lovely pink, and we're really sort of pulling that pink on my eyes. Now, a bit like a crayon or a felt tip, you will use the nice tip to draw in your line. So following your Cupid's bow. take it from the peaks down into the trough. I am very fortunate. I've got a reasonably full lip, so I can follow my natural lip line. Just check I've got that in the shape that I want it. And then literally, once you've lined, you fill. So what I'm going to probably do is bring that slope, that nib, which is quite big, on a bit of an edge. Purely so it feels quicker. It really is lovely. A lovely colour. Look at that. Ever such a slight shimmer to it. It's a beautiful pink. I think ties the look in all together quite nicely. Wow, the customers of Tesco's in a minute are going to be so lucky. No, they won't. I'll be wearing a mask. I love these. These are great. So there's a sharpener in the bottom, which makes it so easy. It's all self-contained. There we go. So there's our amped up full bloom look for March. Not an everyday look, but certainly great fun. Thanks for sticking with me. Have a fabulous March, everyone.